Welcome back, fellas, to another NBA video, and in today's video we have 4 games to go over for Saturday, April 26th. Obviously I didn't have any NBA plays yesterday. I got really busy with a bunch of other shit, so sadly didn't have any NBA plays for you to recap, but we do have NBA plays for today. I have a pretty big slate for today. We're going to go game by game, so we're going to do this a little bit differently. So I'm going to talk about one game, give you my plays for that game, and then go about that. But you see all of the 4 games on the main slate right here. Obviously, we can see the favorites in each game: Cleveland, OKC, the Clippers, and the and the Golden State, excuse me, are favored in their respective games. With that being said, let's start with Miami and Cleveland. This game is a very early start. Again, 1 p.m. start. So if you're seeing this after, apologies, but this is a 1 p.m. start. So we do have or Eastern time. We do have the Heat. I have Cleveland. I have Cleveland minus 4.5 in this one. I also am taking Donovan Mitchell to go over 3.5 3-pointers made and Evan Mobley to go under 9.5 rebounds. And here are the reasons why. One, well, I like the Cleveland spread in general. I think they're obviously going to be chasing for the 3-0 spot right here. If they get to the 3-0, they know they're going to be able to kind of cruise through the last few games. I think that's what they're going to want to be at. Plus, I think they're just the overall better team right now. Obviously, Miami was able to keep it close the past few games, but I think Cleveland is just by far the better team. And to get this spread at 4.5 feels like an absolute steal. So I'm going to be taking it there. Then we also have Donovan Mitchell to go over 3.5 3-pointers made for plus 115. So we get some good plus money value. He's attempted 9 and 10 3-point attempts in his first 2 games so far in the series. And in the last 4 games versus Miami, he's gone over this line in 3 of 4 games, attempting 10 3-point attempts per game. Miami this season has been cooked beyond the arc as they allow the 6th most 3-pointers made to opposing shooting guards. So again, just a great matchup. He's been seeing the volume. We like to see volume and a great matchup together. That creates some good plays for us. Then we have Evan Mobley to go under 9.5 rebounds at plus 105. Mobley's gone under this line in both games in this series so far. He's not been seeing the rebound chances. He's only seen 12 rebound chances in both games. And Miami in the past 10 games has allowed the 8th fewest rebounds to opposing power forwards, as well as Mobley's only seeing 29 to 34 minutes a game, and in those span of games, he's only averaging 15 rebound chances when he sees those sort of minutes. So again, 15 rebound chances to get 10 rebounds. I don't really love those sort of odds, especially when he's only been seeing 12 recently. I tend to then favor the under here at 9.5. Now, hopping into the next game, it is going to be the Grizzlies and OKC. I don't really have a play for this game. It's such a sketchy game, honestly. Like, when I try to think about it, I'm like, well, I kind of like OKC first half. I kind of like OKC full game. But we saw what happened last game where Memphis got up early at home. Is that going to happen again today? I don't think so. I think OKC just wants to sweep, get it over with, and they're going to play their guts out so they get those extra days of rest before the next series of games. That would make the most sense to me. Alex Caruso played an elite game last game. Was thinking about trying to play some there. I overall came away with nothing I really loved, so I'm kind of staying away from this game. If you guys want to lean anything, one, I lean the over in this game. And then I also am leaning OKC 15.5. I think they win this game pretty comfortably, but I'm just staying away. I don't know if I love it. So the Clippers and Nuggets are going to be the next one up. Over-unders 212.5. -6 for the Clips. Denver is plus 190. Clips are minus 230. The plays I have for this game is just Jokic under 12.5 rebounds, as well as I'm taking the Clippers minus 4.5 on FanDuel at minus 115. Under 12.5 rebounds, it's just a high line for Zubac. I mean, again, Nikola Jokic just has not been hitting this line consistently versus Zubac. So far, again, the Clippers are suffocating defense. They allow the 5th fewest rebounds to opposing centers this season. Not only that, but Jokic has been held under this line in 4 of the last 6 games they played each other. And so far in the series, Jokic only had 1 game where he's reached 20 rebound chances, and that came last game when it was a 20-point blowout. Do I think this game's going to be a 20-point blowout? Probably not. I would have to assume no. But again, the Jokic projection for today is 10.2. I don't normally love going off projections, but it is a very good kind of basis to go off of. And again, just a tough matchup where he's going to be facing Zubac for probably just 40 minutes straight. I just don't see it. If it's a close game, I don't see it. If it's a blowout, I do see it. If it's a blowout and Zubac doesn't play as many minutes, I like it for Jokic. But if not, when Zubac's on the court, he just doesn't get rebounds, and that's fine. We're going to take the under at 12.5. And the Clips at -4.5. They're just the better team. I'm going to be taking them. Plus, Russ is injured and not going to play today. I think that will affect them a little bit on the bench side of things. And then heading into the last game, I do have a few plays for this one. Golden State and the Rockets. I did take Golden State -2.5 for a little bit of juice. I can tell you exactly what I got that at -120 on FanDuel. This is a pretty good spot, right? I like Golden State to come out and win this ball game. Obviously, the last game didn't go as they favored, right? Couldn't get it going. Jimmy didn't play the whole game. There just wasn't really there. It just didn't really pan out the way they wanted it to. So obviously there was no Jimmy. So again, we're going to be looking at this game kind of completely different. Jimmy's supposed to play. His injury designation is no joke, a deep glute contusion. He's technically questionable, but I think he's going to play. So if he plays, I mean, we're looking at this game as like it is like how it was in game 2 and game 1. And I think Golden State has a really good chance. I think they're the better team. I think the better team with higher star power. This Houston team still is a little bit young for me to really get on board with them to beat an experienced Golden State team. Without Jimmy, it is tough. If Jimmy doesn't play, I don't really love this as much, but I'm going to go with the expectation that Jimmy does play. I also do have a few other plays for this game. I have Fred VanVleet to go over 2.5 3-pointers made. I got this at -105 on ESPN Bet. Love this spot for Fred. He's gone over this in 2 of 20. Sorry, he's hit over on this line in 2 of 20 3-point attempts in the past 2 games. Obviously, in the game 1, he saw 13 3-point attempts. In game 2, he saw 7. Knocked down 6 in game 2. Golden State's also allowing Fred to score 61% of his points from beyond the arc in this season, as well as they allow the second most points above the arc. So, again, great matchup for him. High volume matchup. Again, anytime we get great value plus good volume and a solid matchup, I smash that every time. And then we have Amin Thompson over 3.5 assists. Amin's been crushing this line, hitting over this in 8 of the last 10 games, averaging 5.1 assists per game. And in games 1 and 2, he recorded 13 and 6 potential assists. But you have to remember, Amin Thompson last game as an absolute bitch, and we bet on him last game. He got into foul trouble and only played 6 minutes in the first half. He didn't play damn near at all. 3 fouls in 6 minutes was nuts. So they wanted to save him for the end of the game, and he played ended up like 22 minutes in the second half. So it was an underwhelming potential assist type game. But again, game 1 was very promising, 13 potentials. I think we're going to see something similar to that in comparison. So I think we're going to get a pretty easy cash here. 3.5 feels like a lot. Like it feels like a very low line for Amin Thompson. So I'm going to smash that, and I feel really good about those lines. Also, Golden State again, -2.5 there. So those are the plays I do have for today. Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 3-pointers made. Evan Mobley under 9.5 rebounds. Cleveland -4.5. Nikola Jokic under 12.5 rebounds. The Clippers -4.5. Fred VanVleet over 2.5 3-pointers made. Amin Thompson over 3.5 assists with Golden State -2.5. And again, make sure if you're not in the Discord, you hop in the Discord. That's where you're going to find all the free plays. And we post all of these plays in the Discord as early as possible. I'm posting them at like literally 4 at night. So make sure to go check them out there. I'll make sure to catch you guys next time. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, all sort of fun shit down below as it's the easiest way to support the channel. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.